It's my pleasure. Again, this is like the superheroes version of The Hill on Iran, so it really is special for me because we've been doing this for a long time. Congressman Issa is here, and I have the pleasure of introducing him for his great role and his great work fighting Iran, supporting legislation, supporting pressure on Iran. He's been an incredible leader in the space. Oh, there you are. I'm sorry. I was you moved. You made it hard on me because you were moving around. But thank you, sir, for everything you've done. It's a great pleasure for me. I'm sure I've testified before your committees, but to introduce you is something special. So thank you, sir, for everything, and we're delighted to hear from you.
A long time ago, I learned do not walk in front of one of your colleagues while speaking, okay, because you never get between a member of Congress and a camera. And there's a lot of cameras here. This is a bipartisan issue, and I take nothing away from the fact that you will see both Republicans and Democrats here today talking about the need to sanction Iran, to in fact be vigilant. But unfortunately, it truly isn't bipartisan from administration to administration. Beginning with Jimmy Carter, who was feckless when our embassy was taken, we have gone back and forth between strong sanctions and strong pushback against the evil of Iran, and then a period of, quote, discussion, normalization, negotiation. Ronald Reagan, who was my commander-in-chief as a young soldier, wasn't my first commander-in-chief. I went from Nixon to Ford. I'm old, by the way, in case you're wondering. Nixon to Ford to Jimmy Carter. During most of my time as a young lieutenant, it was Jimmy Carter, and then Reagan. It makes a difference from regime to regime here, just as it would in Iran. Today, we are faced with the fact that we're playing catch-up. This exists because we went from 200,000 barrels a day coming out of Iran, not enough to even feed their people fully, to 2 million. That's real money at $60 or $70 a barrel, even if it's discounted when they sell it to other enemies of freedom. The $6 billion for hostages, the $100 billion, the list goes on, whether it was Obama or Biden. We have to stand with people who will stand with us, some of whom are Democrats. But we have to stand up with this president and make sure that this new presidency gets our full support to once and for all end the tyranny of a regime that has dominated and persecuted and reduced the great people from what they would be and were to, in fact, a nation that lives under a rule of Islamic fundamentalism. To do that, and I have a man who once was my subcommittee chairman, and now he outranks me in every sense waiting, so I don't want to keep Senator Lankford waiting too long, if you don't mind, James. We have to double down so it ends in this 3+ year period. That means we have to intercept these where we can. Because, by the way, if this was about twice the size, it could carry a nuke. Don't kid yourself. The Russians had nukes that a man could carry on his back. Is there any real belief that they wouldn't use mini nukes to devastate our neighbors around the world? But most importantly, the people of Iran, with this seesawing, have had a little bit of money and then starved. In the meantime, the regime has continued to use the first dollar for terror. To change that, we are going to have to use American might, not in some negotiation, but the way Ronald Reagan would. During the Reagan administration, we sunk their Navy. We killed their admiral. And you know what? They quit doing some of the stuff they were doing for a period of time. Unfortunately, we didn't destroy their emerging proxy of Hezbollah. We didn't see, and even the Israelis didn't see Hamas as the terror threat it became and we now recognize. So whether we're dealing with Hezbollah or Hamas or the Houthis, we also have to deal directly with those 2 million barrels of oil. And I tell you today that if our administration does what it should do, our Coast Guard and our Navy will board every ship that we believe is carrying sanctioned Iranian oil, move it into a port where it will never leave again, hold that ship. There's about 400 ghost ships in the world. Hold even 50 or 100 of them. You know what happens? They will stop carrying Iranian oil. That will put them back where they need to be, so the people of Iran will suffer for a short period of time and not for decades to come by this drip that we have done. So I know every member has told you about things. They've given you the same numbers they've given me here. But as a man who was a young lieutenant when they took our embassy, and now I'm not a young lieutenant, period, it's time to end it. I thank you for being here today. I thank you for being vigilant. But we must say our patience is over. This will happen on this president's watch with your support. Thank you.